Welcome to Bloom at the Yoga Garden. So thank you very much for joining me for this class. So all week we're thinking about self-awareness, and today in particular we want to think about looking inside and really listening to our bodies. Listen to what your body is telling you. Our body is always telling us lots of things. It's constantly giving us instructions, telling us things, but we've got very good at ignoring it. And other things take over, and we forget that our body is so clever, so intelligent, that it can tell us so much about how we are physically and mentally. So we're going to be thinking about that throughout our practice this morning. So get yourself comfortable and lie back and down in Shavasana. Take the crown of your head up towards, or imagine you're taking the crown of your head up towards the top end of your mat, and then very consciously roll your shoulders down and in towards each other. Allow the upper arms to rotate so that the backs of the hands can be in the floor. The heel of the right foot goes to the right edge of the mat, the heel of the left foot at the left edge of the mat. So just let your toes fall away and just let everything go. So we want to bring our awareness completely inside. So before that, we need to kind of let go of all the hustle and bustle, what we've been doing before we got on our mats. So just follow your breath for a couple of rounds and maybe try listening to your breath. So you maybe won't hear very much, because our breath is normally very quiet, this miracle that keeps us alive. So now maybe deliberately allow your breath to be a little bit noisier, if that makes sense. So just make your breath sound maybe a bit like the ocean, like your Ujjayi breath, without actually doing a Ujjayi breath, although you can do that if you wish, but just make it a bit louder so you can listen to it and really focus on it. And just notice that by really focusing on your breath, listening to your breath, probably already it has begun to slow down from when you first got on your mat. So we're literally just spending these few minutes settling the physical and mental body, getting ourselves in the right frame of mind for our yoga practice, beginning to look inward, forgetting about the external world, trying to really focus on ourselves. So you've set aside this time to look after your physical, mental and emotional well-being. And that is so important, because you are doing something for yourself, and for your body that is important because it helps us to feel in control. We're not relying on some external force to heal us, to help us. We are in charge. We can choose to do something for our bodies. And in this case, we are choosing to do our yoga practice to strengthen, to help us to breathe, to maybe improve our mobility and our flexibility. We are looking after ourselves. We are taking responsibility for ourselves. We are responsible for ourselves. So just continue to follow your breath. And maybe encourage the breath to become a little deeper. Feel your breathing right from the belly or into the belly, the whole way up the length of your torso. And then as you exhale, that same process reverses. So really try and take your whole awareness inside and notice what is happening with the in and the out of your breath. So our yoga practice, the physical practice of the asanas, allows us to begin to connect with the internal self. So we're not physical bodies trying to find the spiritual aspect of ourselves. We are spiritual beings inside a physical body. And again, this is something that we can bury really deeply. That some of us, all of us at times, have difficulty accessing that true spiritual self, that part of us that is more than just this physical body. And of course, by doing our yoga practice, we are helping to find ways to access that spiritual element of ourselves. So now we've spent a few minutes getting ourselves nicely settled on the mat. So now we're going to begin to control our breath. So we're just going to do the nice, simple, coherent breath that we have, if you've been practicing with me, you've done lots of times before. So the coherent breath is the one where we've equal inhale and exhale. And this is said to be the optimum breath for engaging and helping to tone the vagus nerve, which starts at the base of your spine here, and it's also called the wandering nerve. It comes down like the trunk of a tree and winds its way right down through your body and then opens out into like the roots of a tree into the lower part of your body. And again, it's very often responsible for the sensations we feel in our tummy, because the vagus nerve helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So the parasympathetic nervous system is our rest, relax, restore, renew sensations in our body, as opposed to the sympathetic nervous system, which is the flight or fight part of our bodies. So we want to engage the parasympathetic nervous system as much as possible, because the way we live at the minute, we're often in a sort of semi-state of the sympathetic nervous system. So it's always slightly heightened, which isn't healthy. So we want to have our parasympathetic nervous system really well toned, our vagus nerve well toned, so we can access it, and we can do it through our breath. So we'll just take a breath, a normal breath, and then on our next inhale, we'll begin with our count. So take a breath at any time you need to. Don't hold your breath feeling uncomfortable. You take a breath when you need to. So we're going to do 5 rounds. So sorry, take another breath. You'll have run out now. And on our next inhale, we'll begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just return to your natural breath. And just, again, take just a couple of rounds of your breath to notice how you're feeling now. So now we are ready to begin the physical aspect of our practice this morning. So just have a stretch in whatever way feels right for you. Reach into your fingertips, move overhead. Reach into your toes. Exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. You do whatever feels right for you. Maybe bring your knees in towards your chest and a little rock from side to side. So literally just move in whatever way your body feels it wants to after lying. And notice if there, once you've started to move, if there are any little bits where you're feeling tightness. I can feel a tightness down my left thigh here at the minute. So I'm just going to kind of stretch it out a wee bit. And I have already done quite a bit of moving this morning. And then we're going to bring our knees in towards our chest, just give them a bit of a squeeze. And then we'll just do a couple of wee rocks from side to side. Nothing too strenuous, nothing too difficult. Maybe a few wee circles. And just notice where you're feeling. So I really want you to be aware of where you're feeling, and particularly at the contact points with the floor. So the foundation of all your asanas today. So at the minute, be aware of your back body, the back of your head, the backs of your hips, just as you're doing this. And notice anywhere where you're maybe feeling, as I say, any tightness, any discomfort at all. So tuck your shoulders in under again, if they maybe crept up a wee bit. So plant your feet so that your knees and feet are hip width apart. You're pressing into the palms of the hands. And we're just going to lift our hips a tiny little bit. So we're not coming up into Setu Bandha, literally just a couple of inches off the floor, just clearing the floor. And we're just going to do a few wee circles with our hips. So try and get as much movement as you can into your hips, but at the same time, we're trying to keep our knees fairly still. Your knees, of course, are going to move, but what I mean is you're not kind of allowing your knees to wobble about all over the place. So we're really trying to focus this movement in our hips, and then maybe change direction. And just watch if your shoulders have got a wee bit tense as you do this, or a wee bit lifted up a bit, because certainly I noticed mine did. So close your eyes and just be so aware of your body if you can. And then gently lower your hips down. So now we're going to bring our knees in towards our chest again, so you can squeeze them in if you need to. And we're going to do the next few movements just literally with our breath. So we're going to inhale and then straighten our legs up towards the ceiling. So the inhale leads, or the breath leads the movement. Exhale, bend your knees in, squeeze them in if you want to, or just bring them in using your muscles. Inhale, legs lift up. Exhale, bring your knees in. Inhale, legs lift up. Now we're going to extend it a little bit now. Exhale, Knees into your chest and plant them on the floor. This time inhale, lift your hips up just a little bit. It's not Setu Bandha really, it's just lifting your hips. Exhale down and knees in. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, knees in, plant your feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower, knees in. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, knees in, plant your feet. Try and keep your eyes closed if you can to really feel it. Inhale, lift up. One more. Exhale, lower, knees in. Inhale, feet up. And we're just going to take a breath here. So we're exhaling and then another inhale. And then exhale, knees in, plant your feet. Inhale, lift up. And this time we're going to exhale here. Take another inhale and maybe press into your feet and lift yourself up a little bit. Sternum up towards your chin, chin up towards the ceiling. Pressing strongly into your feet, lifting up into your shoulders. Notice where you're feeling it. Feel the foundation, soles of the feet, palms of the hand, the shoulders, the back of the head. One more big inhale here. And exhale, unroll. Just as slowly as you can. And from here, we're going to roll over onto one side. Press into your left hand. Take your feet and legs over to one side and meet me in tabletop. So knees are below your hips, wrists below your shoulders, and you're actively pressing the floor away. So you're lifting up through the front body, pressing the floor away. So pressing into the tops of the toes, looking forward. Really strong, active tabletop. So make sure you're lifting your navel lightly back towards your spine. So you're not sort of squeezing everything in as if your life depended on it or anything like that. You just have your navel lightly engaged so that you're not sort of collapsing onto your shoulders. And we're just going to do a couple of cat-cows. Excuse me. So we're going to inhale, drop your belly, bottom up towards the ceiling, bring your chest through, chin up towards the ceiling. So don't hurt your neck or anything as you do this. And then exhale, tuck your tail, round your shoulders, press the floor away. So again, close your eyes, notice where you're feeling it. Inhale, belly towards the floor, shoulders away. Exhale, tuck your tail, round through your chest. So really feel your foundation. Tops of the feet, the fronts of the lower legs, the palms, pressing the floor away. Notice any sensations arriving there. Tuck your tail as you exhale. So inhale, come into your cow pose. And this time we're going to exhale here as well. And then we're going to take your hips over to the left slightly and look round over at your right heel. And back to center. And just notice if you feel that anywhere. And back to center. So I certainly felt it more on the other side. So we'll do one more. Look over to the right. Back to center. Look over to the left. And back to center. And then from here, we're going to just walk our hands forward. So keep your hips exactly where they are. Walk your hands forward. Take them out as wide as you need to. If you have a brick handy, bring it down so that you can rest your forehead on it if you know you're going to have difficulty getting your forehead down onto the floor. Excuse me. You don't need to use that, but this is also called melting heart pose, which actually I think is a lovely name for it. Asana, puppy pose. So you're trying to melt your heart down onto the floor, which gives your shoulders a huge stretch. It really is strong across your shoulders. But that sensation you get in this is the same sensation that you would feel or should feel when you're in down dog. Your shoulders rolling away from each other, rolling away from your ears. And we're just going to stay here for a couple more breaths. This is quite long today, but see if you can do it. Come out, of course, at any time that you need to. And your chin down onto the floor is the strongest version of it. One more breath here. And then bring your elbows down onto the floor. Walk your hands back, not quite as far back as you would for tabletop. Tuck your toes under and bring yourself up into down dog. So lift your sit bones up, navel back towards your spine. Actively pressing the floor away. Don't, or try not to let the weight come forward. It'll want to come forward. And try and capture that sensation you had in puppy pose with your shoulders. So rolling your big arm bones out so the inner eye of the elbows begin to face forward. Navel back towards your spine, kneecaps lifted, sit bones up and let your head go. And you don't have to straighten your legs at all. You don't have to take your heels down. Just breathe. One more breath here. And then we're going to bring our knees down onto the floor. And we're going to press into the right hand. Bring the left hand on top and draw the left hand up. And then take your left hand through into thread the needle. Inhale, left hand up. So feel you're drawing the right ribs forward and feel the rotation in the left shoulder. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale. So you're really getting movement all around your spine, your waist, your shoulders. And then draw that left hand through. So we're just going to take a couple of breaths here. Press into the fingertips of the right hand. Maybe walk the right fingertips forward to get a wee stretch there. And breathe. Notice any sensations that are arising. Notice where your foundation is now. So the palm of the right hand, the back of the right shoulder, your left side of your face maybe. And of course, you can also use your brick here to put, or cushion to put your cheek on. That's maybe a wee bit high actually. Rolled up blanket probably be better. One more breath here. And then press into your right hand and bring yourself back up. And we'll do the other side. So this time we're going to press into the left hand and arm, reach up with the right arm. Notice that this side's different. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale up. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale up. And exhale, thread the needle. So we're going to stay here, so just stay here exactly where you are. Come onto the fingertips of the left hand. Maybe get a wee bit further into your twist. And then maybe tiptoe. Can you tiptoe fingers? Tiptoe your fingers forward and stretch into that left hand and arm.
And close your eyes. And again, feel the contact points of your body with the floor, the knees, the tops of the feet, the toes. One more breath. And then begin to walk your fingers back. Press into the left hand and bring yourself back up into your tabletop position. So we're just going to do a little bit of upper body strength work. So you will be aware of how this feels probably. So knees are maybe about hip width apart, maybe a tiny wee bit more if you want to. And we're going to just look at a point about 18 inches set in front of your hands. And we're just going to lower our nose down to that point. So we're going to keep our elbows in. We're not going to go out like this. We're going to keep our elbows going back. Lean forward, nose to the floor, and press up again. Big inhale, exhale, nose to the floor or chin, and inhale up again. So now we're just going to add a little bit to it. So we're going to reach the right leg up. Okay. So we're not trying to go too high or anything. Nice level hips. Big inhale, exhale, or down, lift your leg up, pause, and bring yourself back up again. Lovely. And bring that knee down to the floor. And we'll do the other side. We'll say the other side. We've already done our lowering down. So we'll do one more lowering down without the leg up first of all. Big inhale, exhale, elbows in, pause, and bring yourself up again. And you will feel that. It takes quite a bit of strength to get yourself up again without the collapsing. You've gravity to help on the way down. So reach back with the left foot. So try and keep nice and level. Reach up, exhale, pause, lift your left leg up, and bring yourself back up. And bring your left knee in beside the other. So from here we're going to come back into down dog. So tuck your toes under and lift yourself up into down dog. Give your dog a little walk. Navel back towards your spine. And then from here, we're just going to practice our step through. So we're just going to come onto the left foot, lift your right leg up, reach back, and take your right knee up towards the ceiling if you can. So just giving your hip a wee bit of a stretch, because this is all to do with our hips as well. So check your left leg is still nice and straight. Left kneecap lifted. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, look forward. And see if you can step your foot through. So the first time maybe it'll only come to here. That's fine. And come back. Maybe the second time it'll come a wee bit further. No worries. Take it back. And maybe the next time it'll come the whole way through. And if it doesn't, just take your hand and give it a wee help through. And then drop your left knee onto the floor. And bring your right hand to the inside of that right foot. And begin to take your right foot out towards the edge of the mat. Maybe take your toes off the edge of the mat. Keep your heel certainly on the mat. And literally feel you're rotating. Maybe bring your hand up to the top of this right thigh to rotate your right thigh out a bit into lizard pose, or a version of lizard pose. So from here, we're just going to look forward. And if this is enough for you, if you're already feeling a good stretch up at the top of your legs and their hip flexors, you'll stay here. But if you want to go a bit further, you'll maybe lower your elbows down to the floor and look forward. So breathe. Bring your heart center through. And of course, if you want to, you can use a block or a brick under your arms, make it a bit, bring the floor a bit closer to you. One more breath here, and then press into your hands. Bring yourself up, tuck the toes of the back foot under, bring that right foot in again so that you're framing the front foot. Press into the toes of the back foot and bring yourself into plank. So pressing the floor away, lifting up into the front body's hollowing out up towards the back body, pressing into the heels, lovely. Look forward, press the floor away. Tell yourself, I am strong. Notice where you're feeling it. Press into the toes, knees to the floor if you need to. Press into the hands, look forward. One more big inhale here, and then we're all going to drop our knees, toes away. Lower yourself down. Elbows below where your shoulders. Hands pressing into the floor in front of you. So lower arms and hands parallel to each other and to the floor. No, and to the mat. So you don't want your hands rolling in, is what I'm trying to say, or rolling out. Two nice straight hands. Press into the tops of your feet. Press into your pubic bone and lift your front ribs back so that you're supporting your back. So you shouldn't feel any pinch in your back, but you're not collapsing down like this. Actively pressing into the elbows, lifting yourself up. Looking forward. So you can stay here, or if you want to, you can tuck the toes under and bring yourself up into forearm plank. So again, you need to lift your underbody, your undercarriage up, and stretch your tail down towards the floor. Take a big inhale here, look forward, tell yourself, I am strong, I can do this. So knees to the floor if you need to, and breathe. And then, if you want to, you maybe drop the right side of the hips to the floor and the left side to the floor. And again, what does this feel like? Back to center. One more big inhale here. Lower yourself down. Bring your hands down either side of your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. And bring yourself back up into down dog. And we're going to do the other side. So, or do that little sequence on the other side. So this is your breather if you need to. Take your knees down the full width of your mat, toes touching, and sit down. Or take your breather in down dog, your choice. So wherever you are, we're going to take one more breath here. So if you're in child's pose, bring yourself up into down dog again. And we're going to take the weight onto our right foot, lift your left leg up, reach it away, heel in towards your bottom, lift your knee up towards the ceiling. Check your right kneecaps lifted and your right leg isn't kind of tipping over to the right. And breathe. Lift that left knee up as high as you can. And now we're going to practice our step through again. So same thing again. Look forward. If your foot comes to here, great. Don't worry. Maybe the next time it'll come a little bit further. And maybe this time you'll go the whole way through, and if not, use this left hand to bring it through. Right knee to the floor. Left hand to the inside, heel toe, the left foot out a little bit. You need stretch that right foot back a tiny wee bit if you want to, and rotate again. You're rotating here in this left thigh, so you shouldn't feel this in your knee. It's not your knee. Your knee is obviously falling out as well, but you're trying to feel the rotation in the left hip. So look forward, see how it feels. If you're getting enough stretch here, you'll just stay here. But if you want to go a bit further, again, use your brick if you need to, and begin to lower yourself down onto your elbows, maybe, and look forward. Maybe you can clasp your hands and allow that left leg to roll out. And breathe. Look forward. One more breath here. And then bring your hands down. If you're on your elbows, walk your hands back. Walk that left foot in. Tuck the toes of the back foot under. And we bring ourselves into plank. And of course, knees to the floor if you need to. So get your position and get comfortable. Maybe have a wee rock back and forwards. Look forward, press the floor away. And this time, we're going to lower ourselves down. So you can come down onto your knees and lower yourself down, or depending if it's in your practice, you can chaturanga down. And look forward, bring your hands back in line with fingertips in line with the tops of your shoulders. Press into the tops of your feet. Inhale up into cobra. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more. Inhale up. And exhale down. And then from here, we're going to tuck our toes under and bring yourself back up into down dog, or if you want to, into child's pose. And just walk your dog. And again, notice, be aware of sensations in your body. Feel the foundation of your posture. Pressing into the base of the index finger and thumb, all the pads of the fingers. Bring your awareness to all the pads of your fingers. Big arm bones rotated so the inner eye of the elbows will face forward. The toes, the balls of the feet. Feel your foundation. Feel strong. Take a big inhale. Open your mouth wide and head out. One more. Inhale. And and then from here, we're going to bring our weight onto your right foot and leg. Onto your left foot and leg. Lift your right foot up. Again, bend it. Look forward. And we're going to bring our right knee in to the back of the right wrist. Okay, so just go to wherever your foot goes. So there should be, if you have sore knees, I would say you're just going to sort of bring your foot forward like this. And maybe not even that, because we're going to do pigeon pose. So please listen to your body. So again, this is about rotating this right hip. So we want to get the rotation in the right hip that will allow us to come down. So then once you've got that, press into the toes of the left foot so that you lower yourself down. Look forward. And breathe. So you'll either stay here. Of course, you could use your brick as well to tuck under this right hip just to give you a bit more support if you want to. And then maybe walk your hands forward so you come onto your elbows, see how that feels. Again, pause each time and notice the sensations in your body. Be aware of what your body's telling you. If your body's saying, oh, I think this is enough for me, that's where you stop. Don't let your ego take over. We're listening to our bodies here. Maybe you'll walk your hands forward and lower your forehead down onto the floor. And you'll notice that immediately increases the sensation in that right hip quite dramatically. It does for me anyway. And breathe. One more nice, long, slow, deep inhale here. A nice, soft, whispery exhale. And then tell yourself, I'm coming out of this pose, and begin to walk your hands back. Bring yourself up. Press, tuck into the toes of the back foot and bring that back knee forward again. Press into both hands, press into the toes of the left foot and bring yourself back up into downward dog. So lifting your sit bones up. Maybe have a wee walk. And we're ready to do the other side. So take the weight onto your right foot, lift your left leg up and again, feel that nice stretch. And then look forward and you're going to bring the knee of the left foot into the back of the left wrist. And again, please be careful if you have sore knees, maybe leave it out altogether. But we're trying to get the rotation of this left hip. So feel you're rotating at your left hip, not at your left knee. Your left knee shouldn't feel this if you're rotating at your hip. So have your left lower leg wherever feels right for you. Don't worry about getting it too far forward or anything else. And then maybe wriggle the toes of the back foot back. Check that your back foot's nice and straight. Press into both hands and lift your heart center up to begin with. And notice where you're feeling this. And then, if you think you can go a bit further, maybe come down onto your forearms. And just pause here and again, notice the change in any sensation. Really have your awareness focused on your body and the inside. What is your body telling you here? Is your body saying, oh, I don't like this? You ease off. If your body's saying, I can feel that, but maybe I could go a wee bit more, then maybe walk your hands forward. And maybe bring your forehead down onto the mat. And breathe. And this side could be completely different. So notice that. Is this side different? Is this side tighter? Is this side easier? And breathe. Breathing into wherever you're feeling this in your body. Across the left hip. Try and relax your shoulders. Really feel your breathing into any areas where you're feeling this posture. Look inside. One more breath here. And then begin to walk your hands back. Nice and slowly bring yourself up. Tuck the toes of the back foot under so you bring it back in again a little bit. Press into both hands. Press into the toes of the right foot and bring yourself up into downward facing dog. And just give your dog a little walk. And then from here, we're just going to step our feet through the full width of your mat and sit your bottom down into Malasana. So you're lifting up through your heart center, sitting down, your sacrum's going down towards the floor. And if you can, if your heels are off the floor, maybe keep contact with the floor. Or if you have bad knees, stay up a bit higher. And breathe. And then from here, we're going to bring our right hand to the left ankle or left shin and lift up with the left hand. Swap sides, left hand to right ankle or shin, retwist. One more each side. Smile and feel good. And then from here, we're going to plant our hands, lift your sit bones up, keep your feet wide, and then just allow yourself to fold down. My knees are scratching and cracking like mad. Ooh, my knees have had a little wake up. So you can take your hands to the backs of your legs, have them straight, whatever feels right for you. And just a wee bit of a rock from side to side. I'll turn around so maybe you can see better. So we're still, our feet are pointing out. We're not doing Paschimottenmesse or anything. We're just literally having a wee stretch, wee rock, and then maybe make contact with the floor, heel toe your feet in, and we'll come into Uttanasana. So again, hold on to your elbows and allow the weight of your head and elbows to lengthen through the back body. Knees are bent deeply. Use that little shelf to rest your chest on, crown of the head coming down towards the floor. One more big inhale here. Press strongly into all four corners of your feet. So really be aware of those all four corners of your feet and press yourself up. Stand. Reach up. Draw down energy, air. Anything at all that you need. And bring your hands together at your heart center. And breathe. And then gently release your hands. And if you'd like to bring yourself to the long edge of your mat now as well, we're going to do Trikonasana. We'll use our brick maybe for our Trikonasana as well. So we start off with our feet together, and you can step your feet 3.5 feet apart, or if you want. So once your feet are apart, bring your hands to your hips, turn all of your right foot and leg completely. So feel the rotation here. Left foot in slightly. So we're trying to keep our torso facing forward. And then we're going to lift our right arm up and begin to reach over that right. And then when you've gone as far as you can, drop your right hand down. You can bring it down to your brick on the inside or the outside, or just bring your hand down onto your shin, your thigh, wherever you can reach, not onto your knee. And rotate your left shoulder. Keep pressing into both feet, press into the baby toe side of the left foot, And then just allow your left arm to drift up towards the ceiling or keep it on your hip. So any high blood pressure or heart issues, keep your left hand down on your hip. And then you turn your head and look over your left, or look up at your left thumb and breathe. So keep a wee soft bend in that right foot if you need to, right leg. One more big inhale here. And then drop your left hand down. Bend your right knee. Have your brick handy. Place it about a foot in front of your right foot at the baby toe side. And begin to lean into the right foot. Maybe at the floor. Keep a soft bend in your right leg if you need to. So we're trying to stack hips, stack shoulders, keep your left hand where it is, or you can allow it to drift up, Ardha Chandrasana. And of course you can do this up against a wall, which gives you a lovely sensation of the posture without worrying too much about balance. Where are you feeling it? Feel your foundation. Breathe. Notice what your body's telling you. One more breath here. Bring onto your back foot, carefully, and bring your hands up into Virabhadrasana 2. One more big inhale here, and then we're just going to windmill our arms down, frame the front foot, pivot on the toes of the back foot, and step back into downward facing dog. Wee quick walk of your dogs. This is your wee breather. And then same thing again. We're just going to and bring yourself into Uttanasana 1. So holding on to your elbows, crown of the head towards the floor. Wee quick breather here. And then press into all four corners of your feet. Bring yourself up to stand. Take that energy. Draw it down. Hands to your heart center. And same thing again. So I'm going to turn right so you're not looking at my back all the time. Bring your brick with you. So bring your hands together if you want to. Bend your knees and jump or step your feet. Completely. Right foot in slightly. Torso more or less facing the front. So you'll feel the turn, the rotation hopefully in that left leg. Inhale, sweep your arms out, bring the right arm. Begin to lean towards the left, as if you're trying to put the left ribs onto the left thigh. Rotate your right shoulder and drop your hand down again. Use your brick if you want to, or bring your hand down onto your shin, your thigh, wherever. So rotate the right shoulder. Notice how it feels on this side. Pressing into the baby toe side of the back foot, the right foot in this case. Try and engage the arches on both feet. And as long as you've no high blood pressure or shoulder or heart issues, you can allow your shoulder issues too, allow your right hand to drift up And turn your head and look up at your right thumb. And breathe. And smile. And think, this is good. Where are you feeling it? This side feels quite different for me. Navel back towards your spine. Lifting up and folding over. One more big inhale here. And then drop the right hand down onto your hip. Bend your left leg. Take your brick to about a foot and a half in front of the left foot and baby toe side. Press strongly into your left foot. Begin to allow your right foot to drift off the floor. Just let it come up as high as it comes. No worries of where it comes to. We're trying to stack your hips, stack the shoulders. Maybe the right arm will drift up. Keep it here if you want to. Don't do any sudden movements because it does affect your balance. And smile. Where are you feeling it? Probably that left leg is saying, Breathe. Smile. Lift up. Feel strong. What's your body telling you? One more big inhale here. And exhale. Then drop your right hand onto your hip. Bend the left leg. Step back carefully. Briefly into Virabhadrasana 1. One more breath here. Bring your hands down onto your hips. Straighten the front leg. Turn your toes so they're both facing forward. Heel toe your feet in a little bit. And from here we're going to make our way down onto our mats. So just bring yourself down onto your mat, whatever way you feel you need to. I'll say facing you for this. We're going to bring our right knee in and bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And if it's sitting up in the air like this, then you're going to use your support to give that knee a wee bit, for that leg a bit of support. If you have a sore knee, obviously you're not going to bend it as much, you take it further away. So have it wherever feels right for you, okay? And you can also keep a wee bend in this leg as well if you want to. So you do what feels right for you. So again, check that you're sitting up in your sit bones. Lift yourself up. Nice open front heart center. Bring your arms up. So again, notice how this feels. So I'm going to keep that there because my knee seems to want it today. Big inhale and exhale. Begin to fold forward. So it doesn't matter where you go to. So don't sort of go like this and say, oh, I'm in the pose. We're not worried about where you get to or really even what the pose looks like, but we want to sort of feel. Inhale up and leave your heart and try and keep your hands in line with your ears because that will remind you not to drop your head down because we drop our heads down to think we're there. Big inhale. And then when you feel you've gone as far as you can, then you can drop your hands down, hold on to your... So if you've got your foot, you want to take your arms out either side, and that'll help to keep it in with your heart. Inhale and exhale. And of course use a belt too. If you happen to have a belt handy, put it around the sole of your foot and use that wee bit of levery. So still trying to lead with your chest. So this is called knee to nose pose. And the other way, you can keep a wee bend in this knee and bring your nose down to your knee. So nobody says you have to keep this legs straight. Inhale and exhale. In and out. And take your time. Forward folds are delicious. So we're like delicious food, we want to savour it. No rushing. Use your breath to help you to get there. So inhale, feel you're getting length. Exhale, feel you're softening. Two more breaths here. And then nice and slowly, just as slowly as you went into it, begin to walk your hands up your leg and bring yourself back up. Release the right leg, maybe swap your support over. This side could be completely different. So again, check that you're on your sit bones, left leg in, sole of the left foot to the inside of the left right thigh. Lift up nice and tall. Big inhale, bring your arms up, reach up. And again, keep your biceps in line with your ears as you begin to fold forward. Have as much bend in this front knee if you need to. Take this leg as far away as you need to. Maybe you'll take hold of your feet, maybe you won't. Inhale and exhale. Bring a bolster onto your thigh if you want to. It'll bring your knee a bit closer. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, soften, lengthen. Exhale, soften, release. And breathe. Where are you feeling it? Feel the foundation of your pose. You could be feeling it in lots of places. I certainly do. Use your breath to allow you to soften into it. Let your breath do the hard work. One more breath here. And then nice and slowly begin to walk your hands up your leg, up the floor. Bring yourself up. Straighten out your left leg. And then from here, we're going to just unroll down onto our mats. And we're going to bring your feet together in Baddha Konasana, supine Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, just have them wherever feels right for you. So you can have them as close to your bottom or as far away. So you choose, just be comfortable. And then maybe bring your hands, arms into cactus. So elbows in line with the shoulders, backs of the lower arms on the floor, backs of the hands on the floor. And breathe. So feel a lovely sense of openness all across the front of the body. Nice, long, slow, deep inhale and feel that you're easing out anywhere where you are feeling it. And again, bring your awareness to your foundation. So the back body, the backs of the shoulders, the backs of the arms. So whether your arms are down the floor like this or in cactus, the sides of the feet. One more big inhale here. And exhale, soften and release. And then nice and slowly and gently bring your arms down. Use your hands to bring both thighs in together. Hands down by your side and just drop both knees down towards the right, head to the left. Back to center, both knees down to the left, head to the right. Inhale back to center, knees down to the right. Inhale back to center, knees left, head right. Back to center, and then either keep your knees bent if you want to, take your feet out to the width of the mat, allow your knees to knock in, or straighten your legs along the mat, your choice. Relaxation. Have a drink. So check that the crown of your head's resting at the center of the back of your head on the mat. Crown of your head going up towards the top of your mat, so you have a nice long back neck. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, arms slightly away from the body, backs of the hands on the floor, and if you want to, you can gently but firmly press the index finger and thumb together. And breathe. And again, just as we did at the beginning, notice your breath. If necessary, make it a bit louder, a bit noisier, so you can hear it. Invite your breath to slow down. And follow your breath deep inside the body. This miracle that takes place so many times a day. We know it's at least 12 times a minute. 24 hours a day. This breath that keeps us alive, this vital life force, the prana, the energy, what no living thing can do without. So again, just do a quick scan of your body, and again notice, is there anywhere that feels a bit tight? Is there anywhere that you're aware of an extra bit of sensation in your body? And if so, just breathe into that area and invite it to soften, to release, and to relax a tiny little bit more. So now, as I mentioned, different parts of the body, I'd like you to bring your full awareness to those parts as I mention them, and we'll take a couple of breaths at each part as I mention it. So bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. Feel your breathing into the soles of your feet. The tops of your feet and the toes. Feel your breathing into the tops of your feet and into the toes. The lower legs and ankles. Feel your breathing into the lower legs and ankles. the knees, the kneecaps, the backs of the knees. Again, breathe into the knees, the kneecaps, the backs of the knees. The thighs. Bring all your awareness to your thighs. Breathe into your thighs. Your buttocks. Bring your awareness to your buttocks and breathe into your buttocks. Points of your hips, your abdomen. Send your breath to your abdomen and the points of your hips, breathing in there. Bring your awareness to the spine and the back ribs. Feel the sensation of them on the floor. And again, breathe into the back spine and the ribs. And now come to the front body, the front ribs, your heart center. Really feel your breathing into the front ribs and the whole area around your heart center. Now your shoulders. Really breathe into your shoulders, the back of the neck, the points of the shoulders, the tops of the shoulders. Asking them to soften, to let go a little bit more. Now breathe into the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the wrists. Now send all your awareness into your hands, the palms, the fingers, the backs of your hands. Breathe into your hands. Bring all your awareness to your hands. And now bring your awareness to the sides of the neck. The chin, the throat, the jaw, all of your face and head. Breathe into all of your face and head. Allow the expression on your face to be soft, at peace, at ease. And now bring all your awareness inside, right inside your body, to that area around your heart center. And feel the lightness, the warmth, the spirit that is you shining there inside this wonderful body. Find that place of stillness, calmness, peace deep within you. Know that that place is always there, no matter what is going on. And just allow yourself to surrender to that sense of peace, calmness, and stillness.
So I'm going to read to you, it's called The Journey of Transformation by Yogi Amrit Desai. The journey of transformation begins with inward focus. Meditative awareness harmonizes unconscious forces, restless mind and emotional conflicts. Mindful meditative awareness transports you to another dimension, where you experience the unifying power of the Spirit. It leads you to a sacred space in the cave of your heart, where you can return to again and again, to regain the protective power of the divine that is always present in you. As you enter this sacred space, leave your ego mind outside and invite the witness inside. The witness is like a black hole. Whatever you bring to it disappears into the void of nothingness, leaving nothing for you to do. The most beautiful part of the witness is that you have no obligation to process anything, to control anything, to expect anything. Simply be in it. So your relaxation is almost complete. Begin to breathe more deeply. Remember where you are, the time and place of day, and gently bring your body back to awareness. Wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, gently waking your body up. And when you're ready, bring your right knee into your chest, your left knee into your chest, and begin to rock gently from side to side. And when you're ready, take the rock right over onto the right side of your body. Press into your left hand and bring yourself up and meet me in any comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. Press the hands firmly together. Take a big inhale and exhale. Bow your head down towards your heart. So I honour the light, love, truth and beauty within you as it is also in me. We are connected from my heart to your heart.